Bermuda Day Half Marathon Derby is here again. Join ZFB TV7 and Power 95 FM. With all of the excitement, starting at 8 a.m. with the pre-marathon broadcast live from Somerset with Ian Rollins. He will bring you live interviews with current and former competitors, and you can be assured he will keep you abreast until the start of the race. That's Friday, May 25th on ZFB TV7 and Power 95 FM. Brought to you by BF&M Group, BAC, Universal Electric, Lindo's Group of Companies, Security Associates, The Phoenix Stores Limited, Surface Trends, and JBM Realty and Associate Services.
You can count on us.
Fresh blueberries, 1 pint package, hot price $4.99. Fresh Purdue chicken thighs, just $1.99 per pound. Bermuda's Best mayonnaise, 30-ounce jar, hot price at only $3. Scott Extra Soft Toilet Tissue, 4 rolls, only $3.29. Pampers Baby Dry or Swathered Diapers, hot price $9.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Wednesday, the 23rd of May. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. Britain's UK House of Lords has approved a controversial law forcing a public company's register upon the overseas territories, including Bermuda. As Tarai Trot reports, the island now has until 2020 to comply or face a constitutional showdown.
It was the Labour Party in the House of Commons that weeks ago inserted a clause into the Sanctions and Anti-Money Laundering Bill that forces the overseas territories to set up public registers so that anyone can see who the owners are behind local companies. Bermuda and the territories have said such a register would be unnecessary and would damage the island's financial sector. It was initially hoped that when the House of Lords received the bill, they would reject it, as they are traditionally viewed as being more friendly to the territories. However, earlier this week, during the debate, most Lords disagreed with the Commons' decision, but ultimately decided against blocking the bill, thus paving the way for the Queen to give royal assent. During the debate, Lord Ahmed, the Minister for the Overseas Territories, expressed the British government's view against the bill.
The overseas territories are British, but they are separate jurisdictions with their own democratically elected governments, responsible for their own fiscal matters, and are not represented in this Parliament.
Conservative peer Lord Flight, who is also a regulator in the island of Guernsey, said the bill was the wrong approach to dealing with money laundering.
It seems to me shameful that the UK has a far worse record than the overseas territories, and the reforms in the UK don't work because they don't include any non-British company and they have no verification.
However, not all Lords were in favour of the overseas territories. Lord Anderson of Swansea, who represents Labour, took to his feet to express concern over a report that suggested £34 billion worth of dirty Russian money was floating around in the territories.
30 billion of that in the BVI and well over 100 billion over the past decade. Now, surely a portion of that at the very least is dirty money, and the question must therefore be posed, are we prepared to countenance that dirty money finds a haven in the overseas territories, because that is what is suggested.
But it was crossbench Lord Newburger of Abbotsbury who delivered the harshest criticism of the Commons Bill.
This proposed law, I regret to say, appears to be old-style colonialism at its worst, damaging legislation which has no cost for the legislating country, but which will cause hardship to the victim countries.
Once the Queen signals royal assent, the bill will become law, and Bermuda and the overseas territories will have until 2020 to comply. If not, Her Majesty's government will impose it upon them against their will. Tarai Trot reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Several Lords said they expected the territories to sue the UK government in court over that decision. Well, people are being urged to be cautious on land and sea during this weekend's Bermuda Day festivities, with recent violence on the island promoting the deployment of an extra 50 police officers all over the country. A joint press conference was held today by the Minister of National Security, Wayne Keynes, and the Bermuda Police Service to explain policing strategies for the holiday. You can expect a robust police presence around the events taking place on Bermuda Day. Minister Kane says this will both reassure the public in the wake of recent violent flare-ups and help to deter antisocial behavior.
These incidents are under control, that the Bermuda Police Service are equipped, they are prepared, and they have a plan in place to deal with any incident that might arise. The second part is to appeal to the people of Bermuda for calm, for level-headed thinking, to encourage bad actors wherever they might be, that this is not a course of action that they should take. And so a big part of feeling comfortable, a big part of enjoying this weekend is to know that you are in a safe environment, that you're in a country that has parameters and that sets guidelines. You need to know, our people need to hear that if there is antisocial activity, that the strong arm of the law will prevail.
He adds the community response team, led by the gang violence reduction coordinators, will be on standby. Superintendent Darren Simon says police will be patrolling island-wide for speeding, impaired driving, and careless driving offenders.
Approximately 50 additional officers will be working each day over the holiday weekend to support the Bermuda Day activities and the nighttime celebrations. As the minister said, acts of antisocial behavior will not be tolerated. If you see something, say something. Please call the main police number at 295-0011, or if it's an emergency, dial 911.
Police will also be highly visible on the water.
Members of the boating public should always exercise care and caution around other vessels and be on the lookout for swimmers. Speed is also an issue, not only in maritime collisions, but quite frankly, it creates a nuisance for those boaters that are at anchor near the shoreline. And to that end, the 5-knot no-wake zones will be strictly enforced. We also encourage persons from mixing any use of alcohol with power boating or sailing activity.
Superintendent also called for residents to be mindful of noise levels that may disturb neighbors to minimize the involvement of police in minor disputes. We'll have more for you after this short break, including weather. Stay with us.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace Food Court. You know what? That sounds good. They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up. Avoid the good carbons.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
Welcome back. With the Premier David Burt making the case for independence yesterday, opposition leader Jean Atherton has been speaking out about the issue. She said she feels any discussion about independence is one that will have to be held at a national level. Ms. Atherton says there is good and bad in severing ties with the UK or remaining in overseas territory, and as such there must be a proper determination of what would be in Bermuda's best interests.
I think for now, we're quite interested to see the fact that the Premier has raised this. We'll be looking with interest to see what type of consultation he takes, what type of temperature he takes with respect to issues, because anything that we do along those lines is a very important national issue. And therefore, it's important for us to just wait and watch, be mindful of the fact that there's some benefits to some of these things, but there's also some downsides. And so we are collectively saying we don't want to have any unintended consequences. So we are waiting to see what he's doing, and I will be very interested in talking to him about what he's proposing or thinking about, because I view this, and we all view this, as a national issue.
Is it something that the OBA would support, or is it something that the OBA would support? Let me ask that first.
I don't think that we're in a position to be able to draw that conclusion, because as I say, there's downsides to everything. We have some benefits by being an overseas territory, but we also have some things that, if you will, create some difficulties. But also being an independent country also has some issues as well. So I think it's something we have to discuss, and we have to talk about. Is the timing right? When is it right? Why would it be? And make sure that the conclusion is reached in a manner that befits something that's a national change of direction.
Police would like to track down a man who fled from a road accident this morning. It happened just before 2 a.m. on South Road in Paget when a car struck a pedestrian crossing light pole close to St. Paul's Lane. The driver, believed to be a 33-year-old Paget man, left the scene before police arrived, and it's not known if he was injured. Works and engineering staff assessed the downed pole, and the damaged vehicle was later towed away. Witnesses should call the main police telephone number. That's 295-0011. Weather now, and we may be expecting a couple of showers, but will it all clear up before the Bermuda Day holiday? Let's find out from the good people at AccuWeather.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you've had a great Wednesday. Well, we're starting to get some of that moisture moving into the area, and this is going to be beneficial. Anything that we can get actually measurable precipitation will go a long way. You can see our water vapor. Typically, we look at the yellows for dry air, but you can see that we have that moisture that's increasing. A couple of spotty showers already into this afternoon, and we'll see more of them into this evening and also as we head into tomorrow as well. So it's getting a little bit more active here. We could have a couple of rumbles of thunder by the time we head into early tomorrow, but besides that, looks like we will see some drier times once we get past this frontal boundary. So we do have some showers in the area, so if you're going to be out and about this evening, maybe you're getting that last minute run in before the half marathon, you might be dodging a couple of spotty showers. Temperatures right now, we're in the upper 70s, humidity sitting between 60 and 65%. A little bit breezy outside with winds coming in out of the south and west, 15 to 20 knots. At times tonight, the winds will be increasing, so keep that in mind. As far as marine conditions are concerned, waves inside the reef are 1 foot or less. However, we do have some marine alerts that we'll be getting to in this forecast. So let's get into what we can expect for tonight. Again, we are going to have couple of showers in the area. Temperatures staying near average tonight, 73 degrees. The winds will be picking up at times, so it will stay breezy late tonight, and then we'll start to see those winds weakening throughout the day tomorrow. All right, I mentioned some marine issues. A small craft warning, that is through Thursday afternoon, so if you plan on headed out towards the water, make sure you are taking extra precaution there. Our low tide coming in just before 11 o'clock tonight, high tide tomorrow just after 5 a.m. And for tomorrow, again, could have a couple of rumbles of thunder early in the day. Winds will start to decrease into tomorrow afternoon. You'll still be dodging a couple of showers, more clouds than sunshine, a high of 79 degrees. And then as we head into tomorrow night, you can see during the overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow, winds are out of the southwest. But then as we head into late tomorrow, cold front's going to be dropping in. Not going to see a whole lot of impacts with that cold front. And that's good news because we've got a lot going on across the island as we get into the weekend. Here's a look at the forecast. If you're doing some traveling, New York City, mid-70s tomorrow, clouds and sun in Boston and into some of the islands, Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. You can see that there are some showers and thunderstorms. We're still monitoring a disturbance near Honduras. Not going to cause any issues for us. So let's get into the extended forecast here. Bermuda Day, if you're running the half marathon, might be a couple of showers early in the day, but I think you'll be fine for the race. The parade should be in good shape, and Sunday for the bike race, looking good. Mostly cloudy temperatures this week stay near 80 degrees.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition. And as I came down the water slide, I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool. And I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BFNM, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with a reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BFNM difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
If you would have came to me a year ago and told me that you could reverse my diabetes, I'd have been skeptical. I have come off my medication. I'm fine. My eyesight is gradually coming back.
And if you can control this disease, you can reduce the likelihood of having blindness. You can reduce the likelihood of amputation. You can reduce the likelihood of having dialysis. Would this mean it's a perfect cure-all for everybody? No. This is one piece of a larger puzzle.
Physicians, they do care about you, but I think this one went the extra mile. I'm here to tell you that it works. Call Dr. James. Ask him for help. Don't be afraid. As Bermudians, we got too much pride, and we're killing ourselves with food.
Just come if you have diabetes and you'd like to take control of it. This just might be the program for you.
Surface Trends has been serving Bermuda for over 25 years, supplying and installing tile and natural stone. We have a large in-stock selection of beautiful porcelain wood planking, including our exclusive Bermuda cedar tile. You will also find Bermuda's best in-stock selection of countertops, including natural granites, exotic quartzites, and silestone engineered quartz in all the newest colors. Our team will be happy to help you. Stop by our showroom at 17 Serpentine Road or give us a call at 295-8005.
Welcome back. The Bermuda Day holiday is this Friday, falling for the first time on the 25th of May. The change is the latest adjustment to the historic celebration of all things Bermudian that's been going on since 1979. But how did it all start?
This morning, some of the burned-out buildings were still smoldering, and spectators gathered to get a look at what was left of them.
It was perhaps surprisingly the 1977 riots that inspired Bermuda Day. In the aftermath of the unrest, ways were sought to bring the island's people together. Lord Pitt of Hampstead, in his inquiry into the unrest, recommended the establishment of a festival for all Bermudians. He wrote, quote, "The Minister of Community Affairs should consider the possibility of some annual festival, which is specifically Bermudian, with some government financial support." The new festival would replace the old Victoria Empire Day holiday on May 24th. But some things would stay the same. The annual half-marathon derby, started by Cecil miners in 1947, continued to draw large crowds. It became the focus of the new day, with the festival also adding a parade. The first director of the Ministry of Community Affairs, Loudrew Robinson, says the idea of reviving the former Bermuda floral pageant with floats emerged. And so in 1979, the first ever Bermuda Day parade was held. Miss Gina Swainson, the newly crowned Miss World, taking pride of place. Over the years, baton-twirling majorettes, gumbays, and more recently dancerettes would become a signature staple of the parade, entertaining the crowds gathered in Hamilton. And even Bermudians who've moved abroad have taken the festival with them, with Bermuda Day celebrations popping up in London and Liverpool. Parliament passed a bill in November to have the holiday moved from May 24th to the last Friday of May to reduce disruptions caused by absenteeism and lagging productivity after the public holiday. And the size of the parade this year is a mark of the day's popularity. 56 sets of participants will be joining in this year, among them schools, dance groups, motorcycle clubs, and the Royal Bermuda Regiment Band, a coming together of the island that Lord Pitt himself might well be proud of. Still to come, one young man's quest to become a professional sailor and how he became an ambassador for the island. Plus, Earl Bazin will have all the latest sports news. That's in just a few minutes.
You can count on us. us.
Fresh Express Coleslaw, 14-ounce package, half price, $1.99. Fresh Pork Shoulder Butt, hot deals at $2.39 per pound. Blue Ribbon Hamburger or Hot Dog Rolls, 8-pack, hot price, $3.49. Bermuda's Best Ketchup, 20-ounce bottle, hot price, only $2. Select varieties of ShopRite frozen fruit, 12-ounce bag, hot price, only $3.49. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Here it comes! The most exciting event of 2018, when the Oracle Boat Shed and Dockyard is the place to be. Sunday, May 27th, with the chance to come on down and play The Price is Right for fabulous prizes. Featuring the famous signature four-ways brunch with jazz music provided by the unit at either 11:30 or 2 p.m. with The Price is Right immediately after each seating, hosted by Mike Bishop. Proceeds will benefit Friends of Hospice, a charity supporting Agape House. Tickets of $150 per person will include your four-ways brunch, first mimosa, seat at The Price is Right, and one chance to win a luxury Mercedes-Benz GLA car, courtesy of Prestige Autos Limited. Book online at ptix.bm. But hurry, as seating is limited. Sponsored in part by Martini, Wedco, American Airlines, and Bermuda Blueprinting. We look forward to asking you to come on down. This is a Planning Factory Bermuda and Sound Concepts production.
It's not many young people who get sponsored to learn how to sail to a professional level. But with the help of the Bermuda Tourism Authority, Mustafa Ingham has done just that. The 21-year-old traveled the world learning his craft, but the BTA also gained. Mr. Ingham has become a sports tourism ambassador for the authority, promoting the island wherever he goes. But what's the experience been like for him? In a special BTA sponsor report, here's the story of Mustafa Ingham and his quest to become a top sailor.
Every day I come to work, I feel like I'm representing my country.
His journey into the sport of sailing is as much off the beaten path as the country that he's from.
Oh, the America's Cup gave me the opportunity to be where I am today. I mean, it opened my eyes to a whole other world I didn't even know existed.
Right on the heels of his stint with Team BDA in the Red Bull Youth America's Cup, Mustafa Ingham became the first ever sailor in the Volvo Ocean Race Academy. His practical training comes from working on the shore team of Turn the Tide on Plastic.
Well, on the shore team, he helps us out a lot in the maintenance and servicing of the boat.
On 11 grueling legs, 7 teams and their boats are battered relentlessly in the Cross the Globe Volvo Ocean Race, the most prestigious event in open water sailing. During each of the stopovers, it's a shore team's job to rebuild the boat's race-worthiness for the next leg of competition.
They'll give us the boat a bit broken and bent, and then we'll start fixing it. So no, not many people notice that we're here.
From the relative obscurity of a boatyard workshop, Mustafa Ingham has made a name for himself.
I guess we met this guy with a big smile, looking super enthusiastic off the back of the America's Cup experience. I don't think he really understood what he was committing himself to.
Everybody meet Mustafa? I remember when I first met Mustafa when he came to see us in Cascais, and he was unaware of what he was taking on. I think he had grand illusions of what he would do sailing and working on the boat, and then reality hit.
These are all the courses that I've taken between the beginning, which was November 2017, and May 2018.
The goal of the Volvo Ocean Race Academy is to turn budding sailors into beasts, the kind that not only cross oceans, but conquer them. Courage is necessary, sure, but it's not enough. You also need specific qualifications, a lot of them, and the exams are not easy.
Pull it really taut like this.
So when Mustafa, aged 21, started in the academy 9 months ago, he had a huge mountain to climb.
I mean, you can either pass or fail. Thank God I passed.
Today, Mustafa's at the top of the mountain. He passed them all. Few thought he'd get there.
I think he's surprised all of us, to be honest. The program we put together at the beginning was pretty ambitious because it's not just working in the team, it's actually trying to get some third-party qualifications that would allow him ultimately to become a member of a team in the race.
Mustafa's ambition to be a world-class sailor fits really neatly with our ambition for Bermuda to be a world-class sailing destination. So the timing is really perfect to have him as our ambassador and our Bermudian voice out in the world of sailing.
Very few people can really relate to what he is about to take on, and I just marvel at his enthusiasm and commitment, and can't say enough how proud we are.
Sailing has become a passion. That's what it's done for my life. It's helped me find something that I love to do. I wake up every day going to work with ease, not hard, smile on my face at the end of the day. Some days are hard, but at the end of the day I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Mustafa's journey has been a tough trek because when the sailors are at sea, the shore team gets to catch up on rest after long hours repairing the boat. In Mustafa's case, he skipped the rest. Instead, busy hitting the gym so that he's ready to compete, and hitting the books so he's ready to pass all those exams. 9 months, non-stop. It all paid off.
What am I after? Ooh. I don't know. I just want to see how far I can take it, to be honest.
Even with a few legs to go in this Volvo Ocean Race campaign, the odds are long that the skipper calls Mustafa's name and he gets on the boat. Other sailors on his team have way more open water experience. Here's the thing though, despite the long odds, no one's betting against him. If the last 3 years have proved anything, it's that when Mustafa gets to chasing something, he typically finds a way to catch it.
Well done, Mustafa. And away from sailing, there's been plenty more sporting action as ever. Earl Bazin has our latest sports report.
It's game day in Guyana for Bermuda's women's national football team in Group E of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. National coach Nikita Robinson lays out the game plan for the host later this evening.
We're pre-warned that their game plan is to pretty much just defend, but they also have to score in order to win and to advance. So, it's basically us putting together a plan that will force them or bring them out so that we can execute our strategy and our plan. Because obviously we're going out to attack. Because the first game is the most important game, and so we have our plan is to play an attacking team and to go all out and attack. We have the defensive group, the defensive line that can do their part as well. So we're looking, at spending most of our time attacking. However, defending is a part of the game, and first line of defense is offense.
Delray Rollins watched his teammate Luke Wright smack 105 off of 87 balls as Sussex ended Somerset's unbeaten start to the season with a 75-run Royal London One-Day Cup win at Taunton. Meanwhile, Ben Kitt and Matt Carter took 3 wickets apiece, but Kamal Levrock and his Nottinghamshire seconds teammates nevertheless suffered a long day in the field on the first day of their county championship clash against Leicestershire. After winning the toss and opting to bat under sunny skies, the host eventually finished on 401 for 7 declared. It left Nottinghamshire 9 overs to bat to end the day, and they would progress to 35 without loss before Stubbs. Levrock opened the bowling and he finished with figures of 11 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 73. And finally, in cricket news, Marcus Scotland has been selected by Surrey in the English Cricket Board Under-15 County Cup, featuring the major and minor counties in England and Wales. Gillian Teixeira and Tyler Lopes began competing in the CSI 1, CSI 2, and CSI YH International Horse Jumping event in the Netherlands. During the CSI 2 small tour 1.35 meter in 2 phases, with the second phase against the clock class, Teixeira and Amarula finished 16th. They clocked back-to-back clear rounds, with their second phase time being 33.92. Teixeira and Chakova finished 19th, competing in the CSI 2 medium tour 1.40 meter in 2 phases special and second phase against the clock class. They were clocked double clear phase times of 36.87, competing on Eluna D. Quintero. Teixeira finished 4th during the CSI 1 Big Tour 1.35 meter in 2 phases class. They clocked a double clear round time of 33.10. Lopes competed in the same class riding Escalada. They finished 58th, clocking a time of 54.05, but they had 14 penalty vault points. Former Female Athlete of the Year Lisa Blackburn competed in the 2018 Caribbean Age Group Triathlon Championships. Blackburn competed in the sprint distance, clocking a time of 1:01.48 that saw her finish 21st overall. Blackburn was the 5th female finisher, but more importantly, she won the female 45 to 49 age group division. The Bermuda Netball Association Summer League season resumed at Bernard Park last evening. The BAC Women in Blue defeated the New Kids on the court 22-5. The BAC Women in Blue got 13 goals from Nikita Trott and 9 from Dorica Simons. Bay Welmer scored 4 goals for the New Kids on the court, with Joanna Heaney adding the other. The Bermuda Under-19 team defeated the BHB Angels 35-7. The Bermuda Under-19 team got 13 goals from Nabila Nazaire. Zaria Emery scored 11 goals, while Sela Tuzo added 8. Kamala Nazaire scored 3 times. Charlene Bogo Gomez scored 4 goals for the BHB Angels, with Sherry Jones adding 3 goals. Tara Lynn Simmons scored 13 goals to lead PHC to a 21-20 win over the Bermuda Under-16 team. Bernica Simons added 8 goals. Amaya Butterfield would score 12 goals for the Bermuda Under-16 team, with Kamaya Butterfield adding 7 goals and Koraya Simmons adding the other. Work Academy swept all 4 divisions in the Bermuda School Sports Federation's Middle School Boys Badminton Tournament. The first medals were awarded in the Under-13 Singles Division. Neil Johnson finished the day undefeated and had little trouble defeating Mount St. Agnes top seed Jacob Roberts in straight games 11-1, 11-4. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's all for tonight. I'm Jasmine Patterson and hope to see you at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.